right, good morning, investing sisters and brothers near and far. Welcome back to the CarCast. I had been discussing music-related stuff for a while, just because I really didn't have anything super pertinent to talk about in terms of investments or AMC stock and the stuff that I'm involved in that I'd initially started the channel around. But YouTube's made it kind of tough, not impossible, but just tougher for me to jump through all the hoops to set up the music discussions the way I want and actually have them come out the way I want. So I'm going to end up moving the music stuff over to my music site. It's been around for years, Picket Music, and I'll leave a little link for that. And you know, it's not like I won't discuss music here, but I actually did come across some sort of AMC related stuff that, I don't know, it's hard to, I'm at a point now where it's so far off my radar, I just kind of check on it maybe once a day, and I have an alert set up for if it reaches hundreds of times the price it's at now, which it's gonna have to do for me to even log on and give a shit about it, honestly. And I did see some footage today of Gary Gensler talking about Darkpool investigations. I'm like, wow, way to get right on that. We've only known about this. I've only personally known about it for almost 30 years. I'm sure some of you, it goes back, who knows how long. I think it's in the name, Darkpool. It just doesn't even sound good. I know it's integral to the American markets. It may have counterparts in other markets, in other countries and territories. I'm not certain. I haven't really investigated that. But the Darkpool abuses that I think we all know are going on, and Ken Griffin will come right out and tell you, hey, we're here to assign value to certain stocks and decide what those companies are worth. Well, bye. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to be involved in that. Now, am I still holding AMC? Am I still holding Sundial, GTII, and probably one more I'm not thinking of? Yeah, I am, because it doesn't make any sense for me to log on and sell at this point. So they're just barely even on my radar. I'm off to other things. So Gary Gensler is, Darkpool investigations. We've just seen this come up again and again. Wow, way to get right on that, Gary. Anyway, so for me personally, as I've said before, my main investments are now crypto, X coins, certain business investments that I've had, and then intellectual property. So that's kind of where I'm at. And a lot of people are like, I'm not going to write a book, I'm not going to do music, and that's fine. But I think if you do have a skill, a hobby, something that you could monetize in any way, that is an intellectual property investment. And I'm not saying it's for everybody, but if you have something that maybe you haven't considered monetizing in a way that you're either instructing people how to do it, laying out your own methodology just so people can expand their abilities in maybe a similar field, that's a fantastic thing. I mean, that's why a lot of us are on YouTube. So at any rate, as I said, music discussions, that's where I make a majority of my living. I review music. One of the albums, and I discussed this when I was discussing Rush, one of the albums I reviewed semi-recently, in the last 2 years, was Styx, Crash of the Crown. This album, and I'm going to talk about this probably on the other channel, man, if you like vintage Styx, where they're not just trying to have to dodge Dennis DeYoung trying to create some weird robot musical hit single, Babe 3.0 kind of deal. This album is fantastic. Crash of the Crown. So, yeah, it's not like I won't discuss music or entertainment or related things here, because one of the main reasons I stayed involved with AMC was I'm an entertainer, and I really wanted to be involved in an entertainment company long term, especially with one that had over 100 years of history. So, but as I've said before too, barring an enormous regime change where the Harvard guys are no longer calling the shots. And I'm sorry, whether you like it or not, Harvard is kind of one of the common denominators here. If you're a Harvard guy, anyway, I actually hope that some of you are right. I really do hope that I'm wrong and that this isn't a huge ongoing scam where we end up seeing another reverse split and we just get, reduced to oblivion. I hope those of you who believe the opposite of that are correct. I'll be banking on that in a certain way. But until that time, AMC is just really not on my radar. Darkpool abuse investigations. If I see anything come of that, that would be fantastic. Because there are nations where FTDs are an offense that could land you in prison long term. Now, I don't really want to live in a commanded economy like China's, but I think a better balance where laws are actually enforced by the SEC, the DTCC, CCCC, or the other agencies that are supposed to be protecting these markets and the people who invest in them. Seeing laws enforced would be a refreshing and unexpected return to what our markets are supposed to be about. So anyway, that's it for me. I'm going to, like I said, I'll be discussing music in the other channels, and then as things come up investment-wise and anything that I think is pertinent, just to keep people company again, I'll be here for the CarCast. Maybe I'll just start calling it the CarCast. So anyway, I hope you and yours are doing well. I know some of you are heavily invested in AMC, GME, Mullen, others that have just been atrociously manipulated. So, is there still a fix there? Possibly, yeah. Who knows? I'm hoping. At any rate, take care of yourselves.